You don't know you fell asleep until you wake up. Why do our ears click every time we swallow? Your right hand has never touched your right elbow. Because of our cells constantly dying, we're all a little dead inside. Who taught the first teacher? Who died in space and found out we couldn't go up there without a helmet on? Neil Armstrong was the first on the moon. Who set the camera down to record him? The voice in your head never runs out of breath. If your parachute fails, you have the rest of your life to fix it. Why are our teeth warm? If the voice in our head talking is us, then who's listening? You are not in traffic, you are traffic. Why does sleep go by so fast? Who knew the first person to die was actually dead? If we can't see oxygen, how do we know it comes from trees? People have never seen dinosaurs, but we found a way to figure out what they sound like. We ain't never been to the sun, but somehow we have a temperature of it. We can't explain what our tongue tastes like. After we are born, people say we're getting older, but really we're just dying. We will never know what it smells like underwater. There's no oxygen in space. How's the sun still burning? How does medicine know which body part is hurting? How would we describe what water tastes like? Why isn't the person who created houses talked about more? It is possible for us to bite straight through our tongue, but our body won't allow it. Faded AF backwards is still spelled faded AF. If we can't see oxygen, how do we know that's what we're breathing? If we really listened to our parents when they said don't talk to strangers, none of us would have friends right now. I don't know if it's just me, but I've never met a baby named Karen. It's like they're just born 30. B, D, P, and Q are the exact same letter, just turned in different directions. There are a lot of places in your house that you haven't even touched yet. It's impossible to tickle yourself. If you hold your nose, you can't hum. Choking on a piece of ice really comes down to how long you can hold your breath. Fast food is less weight, but more weight. Whales don't die of old age. They just get tired of swimming and give up. If you close both eyes, you see black. But if you close one eye, you don't see anything. How do you explain color to a blind person? History becomes harder to believe when you see how it's made. Someone invented the internet without the help of the internet. Your brain doesn't actually know how it works. Where's the heat coming from on the inside of our body? How do we know what the sun's made out of if we've never been there? If everyone was born blind, how would the world look? The letter W starts with a D. How do we know what's at the center of the earth if we've never been there? No one has ever been in an empty room. You can never win a staring contest with a stuffed animal. Is Louisiana the only state with their own hot sauce? You can't describe a color without saying the color. Do they call leaves leaves because they leave the tree? Someone really created talking without knowing how to talk. Who was the first person to use a faulty parachute? If the center of the earth is hot, why is it so cold deep in the ocean? Who came up with money? If you were born blind and deaf, what language would you think in? You won't know who went to your funeral. Every book you've read is just a remix of the dictionary. When you rub two fingers together, which finger are you feeling? We've all had human milk, but none of us can seem to remember what it tastes like. Hey bro, how do we grow a seedless fruit? At a movie theater, which armrest is yours? We literally have no physical evidence that today is Thursday. We just assume that today's Thursday. Does a straw have one hole or does it have two? Being healthy is basically just postponing your death. Rappers flex the money we pay them. Following somebody is silently saying that you like them. At one point in time, clothes were optional. Breathing is automatic until someone tells you you're breathing. School is more about passing instead of learning. 11:59 is the only time that matters in college. If you stop aging right now, it will probably take you a couple years to realize it. The purpose of a lock is to turn a door into a wall. Your car keys have traveled farther than your car has. Do you think someone has ever said, "Where are you?" in sign language? Why doesn't glue stick to the inside of the bottle? No matter how hard you pinch the skin on your elbow, it will never hurt.